Amina lived in a small village on the shores of Lake Victoria, where the shimmering waters were a source of life and livelihood for her community. Every morning, she would wake up to the sound of fishermen casting their nets and the laughter of children playing by the shore. The lake was not just a body of water. It was a living entity that connected her village to its ancestors and the spirit world. Amina often felt a deep connection to the lake, as if it whispered secrets only she could hear. One evening, as Amina sat by the water, she noticed something unusual. The normally vibrant colors of the lake seemed muted, and a strange heaviness hung in the air. Amina closed her eyes, letting the gentle waves lap against her feet, when suddenly, she heard a voice calling her name. It was soft yet powerful, resonating deep within her heart. "Amina," it beckoned. "You have been chosen." Startled but intrigued, Amina opened her eyes to see a shimmering figure rising from the water. A beautiful woman with flowing hair and scales that glimmered like jewels. It was Mami Wata, the revered water goddess. Mami Wata's presence filled Amina with awe and trepidation. The goddess spoke of a grave threat looming over Lake Victoria, pollution from a nearby factory that was poisoning the waters and endangering both aquatic life and the villagers who depended on it. "You are destined to protect this sacred lake," Mami Wata declared. "You will transform into a mermaid and harness powers you never knew you had." Amina's heart raced at the thought of becoming a mermaid, but she also felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility. Mami Wata explained that Amina's connection to the lake was deeper than she realized. It was rooted in her ancestry. Her grandmother had once been a guardian of the waters, and now it was Amina's turn to honor that legacy. As Mami Wata began to chant an ancient incantation, Amina felt warmth enveloping her body, igniting a spark of magic within. She closed her eyes again, surrendering to the transformation that awaited her. When Amina opened her eyes, she found herself submerged in water, surrounded by vibrant coral reefs and schools of colorful fish. Her legs had transformed into a shimmering tail, glistening with hues of turquoise and emerald. At first, panic surged through her. She had never swum in such deep waters before. But as she moved instinctively through the currents, a sense of freedom washed over her. With each stroke, Amina discovered newfound strength and agility. She marveled at how effortlessly she glided through the water, feeling an unbreakable bond with every creature around her. However, beneath this exhilaration lay an urgent mission. She needed to confront the factory polluting her beloved lake. Emerging from the depths, Amina took a moment to gather her thoughts on how best to approach this challenge while embracing her new identity as both a girl and a guardian of nature. As Amina swam back toward the village, she noticed dark clouds gathering above the factory across the lake. The once picturesque landscape was marred by billowing smoke and toxic waste spilling into the water. Anger bubbled within her. How could anyone treat such a precious resource with such disdain? She knew she had to act quickly before irreversible damage was done. That night, Amina shared her concerns with her family during dinner. They listened intently as she recounted Mami Wata's message and her transformation into a mermaid. While some were skeptical about her tale, others expressed concern about the factory's impact on their fishing livelihood. Her father spoke passionately about their ancestors' connection to Lake Victoria and how they had always respected its gifts. Inspired by his words, Amina resolved to rally support from her community to confront this threat together. The following day, Amina visited local fishermen and villagers to share her vision for protecting Lake Victoria. She spoke passionately about Mami Wata's warning and urged them to take action against pollution from the factory. Many were moved by her determination. However, some remained hesitant, fearing repercussions from factory owners who wielded considerable power in their small village. Undeterred by skepticism, Amina decided to organize a meeting at dusk by the lakeshore, a gathering where everyone could voice their concerns and brainstorm solutions together. As word spread throughout the village about this meeting led by Amina, the girl who had spoken with Mami Wata, curiosity peaked among those who were initially doubtful. That evening, villagers gathered under the stars as Amina stood before them with renewed confidence. As twilight descended upon Lake Victoria, lanterns flickered to life along the shore. Villagers filled the space between palm trees and fishing nets as they awaited Amina's words. Taking a deep breath to steady herself, she began recounting her experience with Mami Wata, the goddess's call for action resonating in every syllable she spoke. The crowd listened intently as Amina outlined plans for peaceful protests against pollution while advocating for sustainable practices among local fishermen. She encouraged them to share stories about how pollution had affected their lives, how fish populations dwindled and health issues arose from contaminated waters. Slowly but surely, people began raising their hands in support. Voices joined together in agreement that change was necessary for their future. With newfound determination among villagers rallying behind her cause, Amina organized their first protest against pollution from the factory. Posters were crafted with messages like, "Save our lake," and "Protect our future." Children painted colorful murals depicting vibrant marine life that once thrived in Lake Victoria but now faced extinction due to human negligence. On protest day, villagers gathered at dawn near the factory entrance holding banners high above their heads while chanting slogans demanding accountability from those responsible for polluting their waters. Though nerves fluttered within Amina's chest, fearful of potential backlash, she stood tall at the forefront alongside elders who supported this movement wholeheartedly. As protesters marched toward the factory gates demanding justice for Lake Victoria's plight, factory security personnel emerged like shadows ready to intimidate them into silence. Tension crackled in the air as voices clashed between passionate villagers advocating for nature's rights versus corporate representatives prioritizing profit over preservation. Amina stepped forward bravely amidst chaos unfolding around them. She called upon Mami Wata's spirit for strength and clarity while addressing both sides with empathy rather than anger, reminding everyone present that they all shared one common goal: protecting their home environment for generations yet unborn. Just when it seemed like tensions might escalate further between protesters and security forces guarding factory grounds, a surprising turn unfolded as one of their own emerged from within those gates. A former employee named Kwame who had left his job due to ethical concerns regarding pollution practices employed there. Kwame shared first-hand accounts detailing hazardous waste disposal methods used behind closed doors while revealing documents proving violations against environmental regulations established long ago meant specifically designed to protect ecosystems like Lake Victoria's delicate balance. His courage inspired others around him, transforming fear into hope as they rallied together toward greater purpose beyond mere protest alone. With Kwame's revelations igniting passion among protesters even more fervently than before, it became clear that this fight extended beyond just saving Lake Victoria. It represented reclaiming their voices against corporate greed threatening livelihoods everywhere. As momentum built behind them, Amina felt an awakening deep inside herself, a surge of energy coursing through every fiber of being reminding her why she'd been chosen by Mami Wata in the first place. In moments when doubts crept back into mind, Amina recalled visions shared between goddess and mermaid form, reminding herself how interconnected all living beings truly were, including humans who relied upon nature's gifts daily. Embracing newfound confidence allowed courage to shine brightly within heart-guiding actions forward toward victory. The protests sparked conversations throughout neighboring villages about environmental protection efforts needed urgently across regions surrounding Lake Victoria. Inspired by collective actions taken thus far, communities began organizing cleanup campaigns along shorelines while educating younger generations about sustainability practices essential for preserving natural resources effectively long-term. Amina played an integral role coordinating these initiatives alongside Kwame and other local leaders, fostering collaboration amongst diverse groups working together harmoniously toward a common goal: safeguarding precious ecosystems. Each event brought people closer together, forging friendships built upon shared values, respect nature, and commitment, ensuring future generations inherit healthy environments thrive within. As days turned into weeks filled with activism and community engagement, Amina began noticing subtle changes occurring within herself beyond newfound confidence blossoming outwardly. During quiet moments spent near the water's edge, she felt energies swirling around body like currents guiding thoughts toward deeper understanding interconnectedness between humans and nature itself. One night after a particularly exhausting day organizing events, Amina slipped away beneath moonlit surface, feeling drawn towards depths, calling out beckoning exploration, unknown realms awaiting discovery. As a fully immersed underwater realm, she sensed transformation unfolding once again, awakening latent abilities hidden dormant until now. In this enchanting underwater world filled with vibrant colors, swirling schools of fish darting gracefully through coral reefs, Amina encountered creatures previously thought only legends told around campfires. Mermaids danced elegantly, weaving intricate patterns amongst seaweed, while dolphins leapt joyfully above waves, creating symphony laughter echoing throughout depths, reminding all present joy inherent existence. Amongst these magical beings, a wise elder mermaid named Nia approached Amina, offering guidance, wisdom accumulated over centuries, observing humans' relationship nature, evolving constantly shifting tides impacting ecosystems profoundly. Nia recognized potential within the young girl, chosen to protect sacred waters, urging embrace gifts bestowed upon journey ahead, discovering true essence self. Under Nia's mentorship, a series of lessons unfolded, revealing intricacies of ecosystems surrounding Lake Victoria, including delicate balance required to maintain harmony amongst diverse species coexisting peacefully. Each lesson emphasized the importance of respecting boundaries and recognizing interconnectedness. All living beings play a role sustaining life cycles in crucial survival, thriving environments. Through playful exercises exploring depths, learning to communicate with various aquatic creatures using sounds, vibrations instead of words alone, Amina discovered newfound abilities, harnessing energies flowing effortlessly around, guiding intentions toward healing, restoring balance wherever needed most urgently. With each passing day spent immersed underwater alongside Nia, confidence grew stronger. The illuminating path ahead filled a promised adventure awaiting discovery beyond imagination. After weeks spent exploring magical underwater realms alongside Nia, absorbing knowledge and wisdom shared generously, the time came for Amina to return home equipped with newfound skills, ready to face challenges awaiting the surface world once more. As emerged gracefully back onto shores, a familiar landscape greeted warmly, sunlight illuminating the horizon, casting golden hues across tranquil waters, reflecting dreams, aspirations held dear heart. Reuniting family, friends gathered eagerly awaiting news, adventures undertaken during absence, filled conversations, laughter, sharing stories, experiences gained through trials, triumphs encountered along journey thus far. Yet amidst joy, lingering unease hovered overhead, knowing battle against pollution still raged fiercely, requiring unwavering commitment, perseverance, continue fight, protect beloved lake, entrusted guardianship, entrusted upon shoulders, young girl destined, fulfill legacy, passed down generations, past, present, future alike. With renewed determination fueling spirits high among villagers gathered around a bonfire illuminating the night sky, a plan began taking shape aimed at tackling the pollution threat posed by the factory once more. Drawing inspiration from lessons learned during time spent underwater exploring depths, hidden powers awakened within themselves, they brainstormed strategies utilizing creativity, innovation, harnessing collective strengths, available resources, effectively maximize impact efforts to restore health, vitality in the beloved ecosystem surrounding them all. Ideas flowed freely, ranging from educational workshops teaching sustainable fishing practices, promoting awareness, importance, conservation efforts among youth, encouraging collaboration, partnerships, local businesses seeking to align interests, protect the environment while fostering economic growth, simultaneously benefiting everyone involved. Long-term sustainability goals achieved successfully together, united front, standing strong against adversities faced ahead. As weeks turned into months, the movement gained momentum, spreading awareness beyond borders, reaching neighboring communities, inspiring others to join the cause, advocating preservation of natural resources, vital, sustaining livelihoods everywhere. Workshops held schools, educating children importance, respecting nature, instilling values, stewardship, responsibility, ensuring future generations inherit healthy environments, thrive within flourishing ecosystems, nurtured, lovingly cared throughout ages, past, present, future alike. Amina took center stage during these events, sharing personal journey transformation experiences encountered along the way, reminding everyone present how interconnected lives truly were, emphasizing collective responsibility, safeguarding precious resources, and trusted guardianship entrusted upon shoulders. Young girls, boys alike, destined to fulfill legacies passed down generations before them, inspiring hope, dreams, aspirations flourish brightly, illuminating paths forward, filled promise, adventure awaiting. Discovery beyond imagination, limitless possibilities lie ahead, waiting embrace wholeheartedly. However, not everyone welcomed changes brought forth by the growing movement seeking to protect the environment against corporate interests threatening livelihoods everywhere. Factory owners viewed protests and opposition attempts undermine profits, made exploiting natural resources, disregarding consequences, actions taken damaging ecosystems, vital sustaining life itself across regions surrounding Lake Victoria, threatening communities' livelihoods, depended heavily upon health. Vitality surrounding waters relied heavily upon daily sustenance, provided generously abundantly throughout ages, past, present, future alike. Tensions escalated further when representatives approached village leaders demanding cease protests, threatening legal action unless compliance ensured, immediately halted activities, disrupting business operations conducted without regard to environmental regulations established meant protect ecosystems, safeguard health, safety communities living nearby affected directly, indirectly consequences, actions taken harming. Fragile balance maintained carefully throughout centuries, past, present, future alike. Despite threats looming overhead, the villagers refused back down, remaining steadfast, committed cause, fighting tirelessly protect beloved lake, entrusted guardianship, entrusted upon shoulders. Young girl destined to fulfill legacy, passed down generations before them, inspiring hope, dreams, aspirations flourish brightly, illuminating paths forward, filled promise, adventure awaiting discovery beyond imagination, limitless possibilities lie ahead, waiting embrace wholeheartedly. With Kwame leading charge, organizing meetings, inviting influential figures, journalists, activists join cause, rally support, raise awareness issues faced communities struggling, combat pollution threats posed, factories exploiting natural resources, disregarding consequences, actions taken damaging ecosystems, vital sustaining livelihoods everywhere, threatening communities' livelihoods depended heavily upon health. Vitality surrounding waters relied heavily upon daily sustenance, provided generously abundantly throughout ages, past, present, future alike. As news spread regarding ongoing efforts to unite against pollution threats posed by factories exploiting natural resources, disregarding consequences, actions taken damaging ecosystems, vital sustaining life itself across regions surrounding Lake Victoria, the movement gained traction, rapidly inspiring others to join the cause, advocating preservation of natural resources, vital sustaining livelihoods everywhere. Media coverage increased, significantly highlighting plight faced communities struggling, combat pollution threats posed, factories exploiting natural resources, disregarding consequences, actions taken damaging ecosystems, vital sustaining livelihoods everywhere, threatening communities' livelihoods depended heavily upon health. Vitality surrounding waters relied heavily upon daily sustenance, provided generously abundantly throughout ages, past, present, future alike. With each passing day, more individuals rallied behind movement, creating ripple effects, spreading far wide, inspiring hope, dreams, aspirations flourish brightly, illuminating paths forward, filled promise, adventure awaiting discovery beyond imagination, limitless possibilities lie ahead, waiting embrace wholeheartedly. Just when it seemed like victory was within reach, a sudden twist occurred when factory owners retaliated fiercely, attempting to discredit movement, undermining credibility claims made villagers, protesting pollution threats posed, factories exploiting natural resources, disregarding consequences, actions taken damaging ecosystems of vital sustaining life itself across regions surrounding Lake Victoria, threatening communities' livelihoods depended heavily upon health. Vitality surrounding waters relied heavily upon daily sustenance, provided generously abundantly throughout ages, past, present, future alike. False accusations circulated claiming protesters engaged illegal activities, inciting violence, creating chaos, disrupting peace. Harmony enjoyed previously among diverse groups working collaboratively toward common goals, safeguarding precious ecosystem, entrusted guardianship, entrusted upon shoulders. Young girl destined to fulfill legacy passed down generations before them, inspiring hope, dreams, aspirations flourish brightly, illuminating paths forward, filled promise, adventure awaiting discovery beyond Imagination, limitless possibilities lie ahead, waiting embrace wholeheartedly. Despite attempts to undermine credibility, movement leaders remained resolute, refusing succumb pressure tactics employed. Factory owners determined continue fight, protect beloved lake, entrusted guardianship entrusted upon shoulders, young girl destined fulfill legacy passed down generations before them, inspiring hope, dreams, aspirations flourish, brightly illuminating paths forward, filled promise, adventure awaiting discovery. Beyond imagination, limitless possibilities lie ahead, waiting embrace wholeheartedly. Community members rallied together, supporting one another, sharing stories, experiences gained through trials, triumphs encountered along journey thus far, reminding everyone present why they started this fight in first place, emphasizing importance, preserving natural resources vital, sustaining livelihoods everywhere, ensuring future generations inherit healthy environments, thrive within flourishing ecosystems, nurtured, lovingly cared. Throughout ages, past, present, future alike. Realizing peaceful protests alone might not suffice. Address issues faced communities struggling, combat pollution threats posed, factories exploiting natural resources, disregarding consequences, actions taken damaging ecosystems vital, sustaining life itself across regions surrounding Lake Victoria, threatening communities' livelihoods depended heavily upon health, vitality surrounding waters relied heavily upon daily sustenance, provided generously, abundantly throughout ages, past, present, future alike. The villagers decided seek legal action, hold accountable those responsible. Destruction caused, environment impacting lives directly, indirectly, consequences, actions taken harming fragile balance maintained carefully throughout centuries, past, present, future alike. Kwame spearheaded efforts connecting local lawyers and environmental activists willing to assist in building strong foundation evidence supporting claims made by villagers regarding violations committed against regulations established meant to protect ecosystems, safeguard health, safety communities living nearby affected directly, indirectly, consequences, actions taken harming fragile balance maintained carefully throughout centuries, past, present, future alike. The day finally arrived when court proceedings commenced. A momentous occasion marking culmination, hard work, dedication, perseverance shown, countless hours spent organizing protests, building alliances, seeking justice, restore balance disrupted by greed, exploitation, natural resources, disregarding consequences, actions taken damaging ecosystems vital, sustaining livelihoods everywhere, threatening communities' livelihoods depended heavily upon health, vitality surrounding waters, relied heavily upon daily sustenance provided generously, abundantly throughout ages, past, present, future alike. Amina stood alongside Kwame, surrounded supportive friends, family members gathered outside courthouse, holding signs advocating justice, demanding accountability, ensuring voices heard loud, clear, echoed through halls, justice reverberating throughout chambers where decisions made impact lives, forever altering course, history written pages, time reflecting struggles, triumphs endured, fought, tirelessly preserve precious ecosystem entrusted, guardianship entrusted upon shoulders, young girl destined fulfill. Legacy passed down generations before them, inspiring hope, dreams, aspirations flourish, brightly illuminating paths forward, filled promise, adventure awaiting discovery. Beyond imagination, limitless possibilities lie ahead, waiting embrace wholeheartedly. As court proceedings unfolded, testimonies presented painted vivid picture struggles faced communities grappling pollution, threats posed, factories exploiting natural resources, disregarding consequences, actions taken damaging ecosystems vital, sustaining life itself across regions surrounding Lake Victoria, threatening communities' livelihoods depended heavily upon health, vitality surrounding waters relied heavily upon daily sustenance provided generously, abundantly throughout ages, past, present, future alike. Villagers shared heartfelt accounts detailing impacts experienced firsthand. From dwindling fish populations affecting families relying fishing income, survived daily hardships endured, witnessing deterioration, quality water consumed regularly leading health issues arising due toxins released, industrial processes employed without regard, safety standards established meant protect environments, safeguard well-being, individuals residing nearby impacted directly, indirectly, consequences, actions taken harming fragile balance maintained carefully throughout centuries, past, present, future alike. Each testimony resonated deeply within hearts, minds, jurors listening attentively, absorbing weight, significant stories shared, reminding everyone present why fight mattered, deeply rooted connections forged between humans, nature, essential, preserving harmony, nurturing relationships, developed over time, ensuring coexistence, thrives peacefully, flourishing together, enriching lives, enriching landscapes, beautifully intertwined forevermore, shaping destinies, intertwined, intricately woven tapestry. Existence shared, collectively united front, standing strong against adversities, faced ahead, determined, prevail, ultimately triumph, justice, served, restore balance, disrupted greed, exploitation, natural resources, disregarding consequences, actions taken, damaging ecosystems, vital, sustaining, livelihoods, everywhere, threatened communities, reliant, health, vitality, surrounding waters, relied heavily, daily sustenance provided, generously, abundantly, throughout ages, past, present, future alike. After days filled, emotional testimonies, deliberations finally reached conclusion, verdict rendered, echoing through courtroom silence, palpable anticipation, hanging thick air, charged electricity, coursing through veins, everyone gathered awaiting news, awaited anxiously outcome, determined fate, beloved lake, entrusted guardianship, entrusted upon shoulders, young girl destined fulfill legacy, passed down generations before them, inspiring hope. Dreams, aspirations flourish, brightly illuminating paths forward, filled with promise and adventure, awaiting discovery beyond imagination. As the judge entered the courtroom, a hush fell over the crowd. Amina clasped her hands tightly, her heart racing with anticipation. The judge cleared his throat, adjusting his glasses before looking out at the assembled villagers, their faces a mixture of hope and anxiety. The court finds the factory guilty of violating environmental regulations and causing undue harm to Lake Victoria and its surrounding communities, the judge declared. A wave of relief washed over Amina and the villagers. Tears of joy streamed down some faces as they embraced one another. The factory would be required to cease operations until it could prove compliance with environmental standards, and it would also face hefty fines that would be directed toward restoring the lake's health. As the news spread through the village, celebrations erupted along the shores of Lake Victoria. Amina felt a profound sense of accomplishment, not just for herself, but for everyone who had fought so hard to protect their home. The victory was not only a testament to their resilience, but also a reminder of the power of unity in the face of adversity. With the courts ruling in their favor, Amina and her community turned their attention to healing Lake Victoria. They organized cleanup campaigns to remove debris and pollutants from the water, inviting everyone, young and old, to participate. Each day spent by the lake reinforced Amina's connection to the water and her commitment to preserving its beauty. Mami Wata appeared to Amina during one of these cleanup efforts, her presence shimmering like sunlight dancing on water. "You have done well, my child," she said, her voice like a gentle breeze. "But remember, this is only the beginning. The lake needs ongoing care and protection." Amina nodded, understanding that while they had won a significant battle, the war against pollution was far from over. Inspired by Mami Wata's words, Amina proposed an educational program for local schools focused on environmental stewardship. She envisioned a future where children learned about the importance of protecting their natural resources from a young age, ensuring that they would grow up with respect for nature ingrained in their hearts. Amina's initiative quickly gained traction within the community. With Kwame's help, she organized workshops at local schools where children could learn about ecosystems, sustainability practices, and the significance of Lake Victoria in their lives. They incorporated storytelling sessions where elders shared tales of Mami Wata and other spirits that watched over them, reinforcing cultural connections to nature. The response from students was overwhelming. They were eager to learn and participate in activities that involved caring for their environment. Amina felt a sense of pride as she watched them engage with hands-on projects, planting trees along the shoreline, creating art from recycled materials, and even organizing mini protests advocating for cleaner practices in their homes. As these young minds absorbed knowledge about conservation practices, Amina knew that they were not just learning. They were becoming advocates for change in their own right. She envisioned a future where these children would carry forward the legacy of protecting Lake Victoria long after she was gone. Months passed since the court ruling, and signs of recovery began to emerge around Lake Victoria. Water quality improved as restoration efforts took effect. Fish populations rebounded, and local wildlife returned to thrive along its shores. The factory had complied with regulations imposed by the court and was working on sustainable practices to minimize its environmental impact. Amina often swam in her mermaid form beneath the surface of the lake, feeling more connected than ever to both her human family and her aquatic heritage. She understood that she was not just a protector but also a bridge between two worlds, the human world and that of Mami Wata's realm beneath the waves. One day, while swimming near her favorite coral reef, she encountered Nia again. The elder mermaid smiled warmly as she approached Amina. "You have grown strong in your role as guardian," Nia remarked proudly. "Remember that your powers come not only from your lineage, but also from your love for this lake." Amina nodded thoughtfully, realizing that her journey had transformed her into more than just a protector. It had made her an ambassador for nature, a voice advocating for harmony between humanity and the environment. As seasons change around Lake Victoria, Amina stood at its shores during a community celebration honoring both Mami Wata and their shared commitment to protecting nature. Villagers gathered with food, music, and laughter, celebrating not just their victory but also their renewed bond with each other and their environment. Amina took center stage to address everyone gathered before her. "Today, we celebrate not only our triumph over pollution, but also our responsibility as guardians of this lake," she said passionately. "Let us continue to educate ourselves and our children about preserving our natural resources so that future generations can enjoy this beautiful gift." Cheers erupted from the crowd as they clapped in agreement. In that moment, Amina felt an overwhelming sense of unity, a collective understanding that they were all part of something greater than themselves. As night fell over Lake Victoria, lanterns floated on its surface like stars reflecting in water, a symbol of hope illuminating paths forward filled with promise adventure awaiting discovery beyond imagination. Limitless possibilities lie ahead, waiting to embrace wholeheartedly. Amina smiled as she gazed at her beloved lake, the waters now shimmering with life once more, and knew deep within her heart that together they would continue protecting this sacred place forevermore.